Jiu-Jitsu meme review. That was a good one. So I normally don't do this thing, but I'm gonna date the video by saying that it is 4th of July. And there's been a lot of 4th of July Jiu-Jitsu memes, which actually the 4th of July is one of the most memed holidays of Jiu-Jitsu. I know people don't really make Halloween Jiu-Jitsu videos or memes, and there just so happens to be a lot of Jiu-Jitsu 4th of July memes, and we'll be going over them. We're gonna start off by going to Combat Comedy Club, who makes spectacular memes.
Hey, it's your boy.
Yeah, I think our 4th of July landed on Friday, so I didn't just miss an open mat, I missed a whole class. Although open mats are kind of the best. Open mats during holidays, just the best people are always there every single time. And it kind of bums me out that I always have to miss those. I actually want you guys to comment on what the dumbest thing you had to do to miss out on open mat. Cause I can't think of anything right now, but I've done some dumb stuff where I was like, man, open mat's going on right now. Freaking all my favorite people go to those open mats and I'm missing out on it. The real reason Brazilians never wanted to teach gringos how to do jiu-jitsu. Yeah, that gi's kind of an abomination. Where do you think he got that gi? Is there a place where you can buy that? That really is a spectacular gi. I kind of want one. Now this one isn't 4th of July related, but it has a bald eagle, so it counts because we own that bird now. When the blue belt tells me to quit falling back for leg locks, and then I heel hook them. One of the best things about leg locks is how you can make direct eye contact with them and see their soul be crushed as they tap. I mean, that's what I think the best part of heel hooks are. You can't get eye contact from arm bars as well as you can from leg locks. That much is true. Today we celebrate the greatest submission in all of combat sports, Americanas. So when I first started out in Jiu-Jitsu, I was 6 foot and 130 pounds. So an absolute freak of nature.
At your height and weight, it is terribly dangerous to you and the people around you. It is a health hazard. Please get off of the machine and proceed to the closest Chinese buffet.
I didn't do Kimuras on purpose because I thought that that was something that fat people did. And literally everyone at my school was either 4 foot, not 4 foot, like 5'5", and like tiny. Everyone else weighed as much as me, but they were shorter than me, or they were very big. And the very big guys did Kimuras, and then all the lighter weight people would do triangles, omoplatas, and leg locks. So that's kind of where my game went, because I thought I was too big. Well, I was so weak that I thought that that was just something you did when you were bigger and heavier than your opponent. And now I'm purple belt, and whenever a white belt asks me, hey, can you teach me how to do a Kimura? I just say, oh, just ask that guy, because my Kimuras are lacking, even though I got to purple belt. I got to purple belt with doing less than 100 Kimuras in my entire Jiu-Jitsu career, I'll be honest with you. White Belt Tears is one of my favorite Instagram Jiu-Jitsu meme pages, by the way. Check them out. When you're at the 4th of July cookout and your drunk uncle says Jiu-Jitsu won't work on him, so you take his back and strangle him unconscious just like Coach taught you. I'll be honest, I don't think I've ever strangled anyone unconscious, but I've had a few people ask me if chokes actually work, if chokes actually make people put them unconscious. I've seen people watch the UFC and go why do you tap when they're doing that? Do they end the fight when they do that? And it's so weird to be doing jiu-jitsu for 8 years and people are just like, chokes don't work. And you're just like, no, I'm pretty accomplished in that. The worst case I've ever heard of that happening was a firefighter buddy, a mutual friend, was at the station and one of his buddies was just like, oh yeah, chokes don't work. It doesn't put you out anyway. And he's like, you're an EMT. How do you not know that cutting off circulation and blood and oxygen to the brain will put you out? And he's like, nah, you can't do that with your hands. Okay, sit down. And he choked him unconscious because he didn't believe chokes were real. That's wild. Again, I'm gonna ask for more stories. Comment any stories of you having to choke someone unconscious who is a non-believer. White Belt Tears is a freaking patriot because he is killing it on 4th of July meme review. When you refuse to call any jiu-jitsu moves or positions by their Japanese names. So I also do this. I refuse to call it any other name. And I also do judo as well. So all the throws, the tachiwaza, I definitely call by their name because you have to. The senseis.
Bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei!
Will yell at you if you don't call it by their names. But when it comes to the newaza, the ground techniques, I don't. No, only kasakatame. Kasakatame is the only one. Oh, wait, and senkaku. Yeah, there's only 2 positions, and there's one position, one submission. I don't even... Yoko Katame, I think, is side control. This is embarrassing if one of my judo coaches watches this. If you put a gun to my head right now, I don't think I could tell you what an armbar is called in Japanese.
Looking at Ambas, Jujigatami.
When it comes to turtle positions, we say do turtle turnovers. We don't use any other Japanese names. We only use Japanese words for tachiwaza. So, like ogoshi, harai, morote seanagi, all of those words. It is obnoxious when jiu-jitsu people call submissions by their Japanese name. I'm like, who taught you to do that? And they're just like, they either say John Danaher,
Ambas, Jujigatami.
or I literally looked it up on Google to find out what it was called, and their pronunciation is awful. So White Belt Tears, I too take deep pride and joy in not using the Japanese names for jiu-jitsu moves. Keenan Cornelius, when you call it BJJ and not American Jiu-Jitsu. Oh yeah, and I have to disclose that this one is mine. I made this one. And if you like more jiu-jitsu memes, go to the Struggling Martial Artist Instagram page, where I don't really make any other content besides memes, but that will change soon. And this is the very patriotic commercial for Gen X Refined, which kind of brings us to the end of the 4th of July memes because I couldn't find any more. But speaking of Gen X Refined, if you would like awesome rock and roll rash guards, really cool logos, amazing stuff, really cool rash guards, really comfortable shorts, by the way. Their shorts are incredibly comfortable. I've used them for kickboxing and lounging around the house a lot, often, honestly. And if you'd like 15% off on Gen X Refined gear, you can use code Struggling Martial Artist and get 15% off, which helps me. I get a percentage of that, and it really helps me out. It's really awesome to finally be making videos, and it's not just me making memes, not just making content for free anymore. It feels awesome to finally be, feel like I'm actually getting something out of it. So check them out. They make awesome stuff. I hope you enjoy rolling in it. Back to the memes. When I tell my coworker I got wrecked by some guy at jiu-jitsu, what they think the guy looks like, what the guy actually looked like. I've never actually seen like a scary guy at jiu-jitsu actually be scary on the mat. It's mostly just tech guys that absolutely wreck me. The most intimidating guy I think I've ever met at jiu-jitsu, when I first started out, he was a blue belt and went on a purple belt, and his name was Alexi, and he was in high school. He did Sambo, and that guy was so scary to me. He would just grind you out and choke you, and you felt so defeated at the end of every single roll. I once tried to foot sweep him back before I did judo and back before I knew how to sweep someone's foot, and it basically ended up with me shin kicking his ankle, and he stiffened up, and he dashi barai'd the crap out of me so hard that I thought my knee was going to explode, and I landed, and I literally rolled over and gave him my back and got in the fetal position, and then he choked me out, and then I never tried sweeping him again. Also, when he got his purple belt, we were all lining up to whip him, and he looked out at all of us and he said, "I will remember all of your faces." And everyone hit him really lightly because that was so terrifying. Why would you even say that? All right, this is the end of Jiu-Jitsu Meme Review, 4th of July edition. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the amazing meme creators making 4th of July memes. Probably made them on 4th of July, so maybe a few days before. Thank you for making memes. And if you have awesome memes, send them to the Struggling Martial Artist Instagram. so that I can review them here on YouTube. And if you see any good ones, send them my way. Comment, subscribe, and check out Gen X Refined. They're awesome gear, and if you like what you see, use code Struggling Martial Arts for 15% off. Thank you and have a great day. Whoa. Thank you and keep struggling. I think that's my catchphrase.